I feel like I need to recording something, that it's something going on in a spirit way. I don't know it yet, but I start to tell you that I am going to place a picture on this episode that my daughter did send me, and I have forgotten many things that was in the past before heaven come and took me away from my life that I had before, and before I started a new life. So I have forgotten, but my daughter is at her father's house now because it's a school holiday 1 week now, this week, that I think it is 22nd February 2023, and it's a holiday this week, and I'm so glad that my neighbors upstairs that do so much noise, they are not home. So it have been very, very quiet here, and so I could rest a little. But it was good that I could rest, because I have start over with a doctor, a new old doctor. I had this doctor before I moved to this new home, and it was closer another clinic, and I know it now when I have traveled with my scooter to the clinic that I have now. It's very hard to drive in with a scooter in the two doors that I have to have stay open so I can drive in there. And when I was at the clinic before I moved, I maybe not have got my scooter, but I had transport to be disabled, and so it was too hard for me in the beginning, but now I have learned how to drive the scooter in small, narrow places. And some people have told me these things. They say that I'm so good to drive the scooter. So now it's not a problem. I can stay outside the clinic because it's pretty safe, because I'm indoors at least, but outside the clinic. And I walk in to the clinic because it's there. That door is very, very hard to drive into without almost take the door with me. And I'm so thankful that I can walk. So that's not a problem anymore. And but I have started to be worse in illness now, and the new old doctor, she's young, maybe 25, and she wanted like start over with me, because when she read the report journal that I had from the old clinic, it was very confusing. So she wanted to start over with me. So they have taken tests uh, um, uh, at my blood. Not the blood, but what they can see in the bloodstream. And I'm okay in my body with most everything, and it is only that I have very high diabetes, and I have too high blood pressure. I have diabetes, and when you have diabetes, you should have a lower blood pressure than a normal person have. And I have 195 in the highest and 95 in the lowest. And because of that, my heart is going faster. It's go double beating. So that's not good at all. And before I left home to come to the clinic, I wash 2 room, the floor of them, and then I have to go back to bed and rest and fall to sleep, because my heart was beating so very fast. So I can't do so much things in a day. So I have looked for help for me, and there is a man that is coming and visit me first and talk to me what I need help with, and I need to have help with most of things that is around me in my home, and I can't dig in the soil in my garden, so he need to dig a hole for me and place my. I don't have trees, but I have bushes, raspberry bushes and blueberry bushes and black currants bushes that I have in some plastic boxes, and I want them to come down in the soil. So that's he need to do for me, and I have told you that I can't climb be in a step chair and climb up. I can't walk in stairs. I can't look down for a long time, and I can't look up for a long time. Then I can fall. So there is some problems. I am not. He don't need to do anything with my body. It's about these practical things. And if he not too expensive for me, I'm going to tell him to walk with me so I can be better in my legs. And it is not my legs that is the error, it's my brain. But I need also to walk outside and walk in different under my feet, So I go on the grass and then I go to concrete and like that to train the brain to walk on that kind of, I don't know what it's called in English, but that is under my feet when I walk. It's not good to only walk or run on the same under your feet. You should mix it. I have not talked about it that I am educated trainer in sport. I have done sport most of my life, and I was the best in bowling, 10-pin bowling, and there I was up in a national team, and then I wanted to be a coach for the bowling team, so I educated me in physiology, so I know some of these things you have to do when you do sport. That is to not. It can be dangerous. It can be error on you if you train on the same things. That you need to mix it with that in the training. For if you only do one thing, like step up and step down, step up and step down, it be too much going on with your knees, and you can train your leg in another way also, so you change it sometimes, and that's how they get error in the body. Even if you have a physical good body, you can get error and damage your knees, for example, if you only do one sort of training. So my daughter did send me a picture when from I think it's from 1992, because she is at her father's house as she working in a restaurant to do food for a school and for other people also to come, but when they don't have the school they can relax and do some other things. So every time my daughter never come to me, but she go to her father, and I understand that is a house that I designed that house, and it's 3 floor high. It's 8 room in that house, so it is very much air for her to do things, and she have computers, and they have many television she can watch, and this. It's fun for her, and then she got money from her father also. But she sent that, and I'm going to place it on this episode if it's not coming something else that I need to show you, or else I have started to write what you can see in those pictures that I write on. Now is someone hit me here. It was something. It's someone of you that listen to me now, because it's someone for you that is coming, and I laugh because this spirit say to look behind pictures, and this person, this spirit is saying for this picture that you have hanging up on the walls, there is someone or more than one person that have picture that hanging on your wall, and it's written something behind it. That was the spirit told me, and I laugh because before I knew it was a spirit that say that. Was it like I was on my way to tell you about, to look on the back side of the picture, but that was not that I should say about the picture, but it was taken 1992, and I had forgotten that my daughter and I was to Mallorca in Spain, and they took a picture of people that walk in to this park, and then you have to pay for the picture when walking out. And mostly I don't do these kind of things, but just in that time, because it was like my daughter's day that day, and she wanted that picture as a souvenir, so I paid for it. And then we were inside the park, and we saw a dolphins show, and then it was the sea lion come up to us, and I touched the sea lion and felt the skin of it, and it was not cold, it was warm skin, and a little soft skin. I was surprised of it. And then when we walk out, my daughter wanted to look at the dolphin before she go out from the entertainment park, like that, a show for dolphins. And when she's standing close to it, they had to make the dolphins, if someone come closer to that pool where they were swimming, they make water coming out on us. So it was very wet, but it was a warm day, so it didn't do anything more than we were wet for a little time. But then what I don't like with my daughter, that is that she, and I know that she learned from her father too, because he always saying negative about people and things. Always, he can't say positive. So she say that, she laugh about that we had those clothes on. That I say it was the 80s. I say to her, but she said, no, it was not the 80s. It was in the 90s somewhere, but I say it was close to 80s. You don't switch clothes and hairstyle only because it's a new decennium and it's 1990. Now we have to throw away our clothes and buy our new clothes. That's not how it's working. So it's still going on 80s even if it's 90. So a special, she was not talking negative about me. She was talking about how she looked like. But it was like I be blamed because she was so young, so she could pick her clothes. And so it was, my daughter say it was not, the colors doesn't fit into each other. And but I say that that's how the fashion was in the beginning of 90s, in the 80s. It was like we have today. It's the same principle about the fashion, that you can wear whatever you want to wear. That's what it was in the 80s, 90s, about the clothes. That you can have different style on your body, and it's okay. It was okay. So she had a color on her that doesn't fit each other, and I say it's each time they have different way. We are going to laugh about the hairstyle we wear now, how we cut our hair, especially the man cut the hair. And I say we laugh about the North Korea dictator, about his hairstyle. And now no one is laughing about him because that's how people look like, almost the same as he that we were laughing about. So that it's to not laugh about people's clothes, but thinking that is their way to wear the clothes. It's their style, their personality in them. And it's to say that 80s and 90s was so stupid in fashions, like saying like that, it's no disrespectful for those that was if they were in the best time of their life and have fun and have those clothes on. It's okay. For me, it's okay. It's nothing to laugh about. But she did it, and I know she is too much now with negative people. And but she have started to listen at me more, because when I was and visit my daughter in fall now, before I went to Israel, I gave her the keys to my home if something should happen in Israel. So, and then I saw they have changed the church that she have lived with and in since I left from United States. So it's I think it's 16 years or something like that. And when I visit them the first time in 2006, like that, they were very much church, and they were Jesus lover, and they screaming and showing up for all people that come there. But then they start to hide and do the church in the early morning, so people that really wanted to be there, they were not there, those other people, so they didn't reach out to other people. And then now when I come, it was nothing. It was like the church had given up. It was not. I talked to her pastor, and he was very sick, and it was like giving up. It was not what it was before, when he was okay in his body, but now he was sick, he told me. And it has changed my daughter, and I have asked her before, for many years ago, I asked her, what will happen to you if the church doesn't exist anymore? And she said it will always be there, she said. But I'm not so sure, because you don't know the future, and they have a son, the pastor and his new woman, they have a son, but you don't know if he wants to be a pastor, to do all this duty that comes to be a pastor for a church, to be the only pastor in that church. So everything can happen, but my daughter was saying it will live forever. And I think this crisis that is, and some members have left that was relatives to the pastor, but they start to not believe in him anymore. And so it has changed, and I think that can cause the problem for my daughter, that she started to do a change in herself by being a vegan and be so extremely slim now. So she have been sick many times now lately, and so her body is very poor, and but she is adult and she have her own life. She have responsible for her own life. I can only be here for her if she want to come to me and talk. But she told me in another chat we had that she was saying that she was like her father, and she have nothing with me to do when it's about how we are. And so, and it hurt me very much, but she have becoming like her father, and she is she be eaten up more and more with the devil. It's eating her, and she have been this. She don't care if she hurt me, and that should she not say that it's like she belonged to her father and not have with me to do. But in the same way is she confused, and she don't know what to do, because inside her she know that it's not the church as it was that she entered into. And then I am not scared anymore to tell her what I see and hear. So I told her about the grandmother, my grandmother, that she come through in the night and was talking to me. And the first, my daughter wrote, because we write to each other in the chat, and she did a question mark when I say this about the grandmother come through and talk to me, and I wanted to know about your blood pressure. But in the same time, I think that she was talking to me also about the blood pressure. So it was not only for my daughter, it was for me also. As I start to get a change in my heart, that she have placed a warning on me, my grandmother, about the blood pressure. So I have to be very, very careful, and not. So I need this man that I hire. I have to pay for what I can pay. I don't have so much money. I have the lowest retirement a person can have in Sweden. So I don't have so much money. And I have already, I am paying to take care of my feet and my legs. And this time I was to the massage for my legs for 4 days ago, and I told her that I started to get I had no circulation in my legs on Friday, and I was there to her on Monday, and I had decided me to go to her once a month, but I saw I need to go every third week to her, and she is expensive in my way to see money, because it's about $75 for her to do my legs massage, and I think I fall away with my brain also when I was to her, so I was not okay, and I have not been okay in this with a so high blood pressure, so my heart receive blood so fast, so it's go double. My doctor have listened to my heart 3-4 times now. She is very worried that I'm going to die suddenly or get a stroke, like my grandmother. I have told you got a stroke, and she was not okay after that. now my aunt got it also. I have this genetic also, and so I need support if you can. I know many people have it hard with the financial, but it should be nice if I could get support to take care of the body, so I stay a little healthy, so I don't get stroke, that my brain stop working. So it's the health problem I have that I don't get help with from the city. It is it's about $200 per month to do that, and then I'm too scared to see how much money he want to get from me that is coming here and help me. I have no clue, but I think it's not cheap, so I have to get help from him whenever I can afford it. It's so much now, the expensive thing I have to do now, and have so very little money. But is it in God's will? I will receive it in some way. That's how it was when he say I should touch the golden gate, this in Jerusalem. And when I receive it, I'll also receive the money to travel to Jerusalem. And when I return from Jerusalem, I had just my retirement to pay with, but it was exactly, it's so special this also, that I had not taken any money from my retirement. So when I come back to Sweden, I could live like a normal life that I had without any support. I had at least my retirement. So that was not taken for me to travel to Israel. I saved money from my retirement before I left Israel, because I didn't know if I should get support. I get the support to buy the airplane ticket to Israel and Jerusalem, and transport from my home to the airport. That and sleep in the hotel for 1 month. That money, but the money I got, it was for the airplane to travel there, but I have not paid for the hotel, and so I save up money because I didn't know if I should have any money to live on in Israel. So I save up, so I was sure could make it. But then it come this, you that follow me to Jerusalem, that suddenly when I was in Denmark and should walk up on the airplane, they say I was not allowed to do it because I needed to have COVID insurance, they say. And that was about, I think it was for a little more than $300, like that. And I didn't have it because I exchanged all my money to shekel, and I didn't have any money to pay from my bank account because it was gone in shekel, cash in shekel, because I thought I should take the flight the whole way down to Israel, and then I should get my retirement to go back to Sweden to, and, but it didn't do that, and I had my saved retirement for that time. Yeah, I think it was in June, as they say, I should touch the Golden Gate, and I didn't have the money for that, but I saved up money, and the decision to take the flight to Israel was because I got the money into my bank account, from not from my retirement, but from, I say, heaven. I don't know where it come from, the money, and that make me take the decision. And I know it was God that want me to have this money to travel to Golden Gate and touch it. So I got it, and so I thought I was, when I look in my wallet, and I saw it was empty of shekel when I should. I paid for the taxi to the airport, and then I didn't have any more shekel, and it was so amazing. It's empty there. When I left Israel, all the shekel was gone, and I didn't had count it for the whole month. I didn't know how much money I had in cash, in shekel, but it fit in like a hand in a glove. It was so perfect. But now have I been sick in my body much more. But I have a new doctor. And if I have not said that, the doctor I had before I moved, and when I moved, the COVID come, and then I didn't want to go to the doctor. I only I had on the internet, I told them I was out from medicine, and then I got the medicine without going to the clinic. That's how I did for staying alive and not get COVID. This first that come, that was so very bad. Now here in Sweden we have a lower COVID, that we be sick but not deadly sick anymore, and we can relax a little. So now I can go to the doctor. That's why I went to the doctor, and I told him I need to see if I have to change the medicine, because I have not been to a doctor for almost 5 years. And the doctor was angry at me that I had not been to the doctor, but it could have killed me. So what to do? It's better to rely on God holds your hand and that you have the medicine you need to have, and then to go to the health clinic and get COVID-19 and die. So I make the decisions to stay at home as much as I could. And but now it's a little relief now. So she do test, but the real doctor is coming in now in the summer. She coming back because she have been in education. So that is good for me, that she maybe have more newer knowledge what can happen in the body. So I wait for her in the summer and have to rest when the brain start to be tired. It's only to listen to the brain to do that, and not thinking that I'm young and I can take care of it. I need to go to bed the whole time when it starts to be like a cloud in my brain and I gasping. I need to go to sleep. But today I sleep only 10 minutes before I should go to the health clinic. And my brain was okay for about 1 hour when I was there. When I start to go out from the health clinic, my brain start to be tired. And I know I have to be careful and be sharp in my brain when I drive home. I know that. And when the brain is like that, I need to slow down the scooter so I can see everything. Because now have those electric scooter that you're standing on that you can rent from the payment, the sidewalk that laying there scooter they pick up and pay for it. It was I think it was 4 of those small scooters that was laying in my way, so I have to drive around it. And if I be tired in my brain, I can drive on them and be in very dangerous things if I don't see them. So I need to have a little sharp left in the brain when I drive home. So I thank you before you have done it to help me, support me a little, whatever you can. I know I'm embarrassed to ask for support, but it is what it is, and I need to give message to this world, because now it's have started a new threat, and it's a threat in the religious way. It's coming from Kansas. I think I don't really know what the name, but Ashbury, I think, Kansas, and it is a new revival, and it have started now this with we coming to the peak. If you have seen if you have noticed that it's going worse and worse in the world now. I am close to Russia and Ukraine, and it's be like they and now today they say that Putin was in discussion and split up with the Wagner group. So it is what it say that those people and countries and events that have been good friends now when we start to reach the peak of the most worst things going on in the world before it's going to clean up from evil things. And then in the Bible it says that first it should be a cleaning. It's not what they say, Christian people, that Messiah is coming and fix it all. It isn't. It's we that have to start the cleaning before the Messiah is coming. It's not to lay in the sofa and Messiah will do it. We have to make Messiah and God see that we really want to clean up this world. But now it started is that they are in full rush to take us down into the pit, and I shake in my head when I saw this revival, because it's at its start and going on at the university. It's this they want all these children and young people going down in a pit. They don't want they to fight against the darkness, and they take them and make them going wrong. It's the same revival that was between the Roman Catholic Church and the Lutheran Church, when we have the Pope. And the Pope was coming here to my neighbor city and visit, and wanted those people in Lutheran Church to come together again, because the Lutheran Church comes out from the Catholic Church, and now the Catholic Church want them to come back to the same in the same room as them. They take them in, pull them in, and now they pull in this teenager that could go away to different kind of belief or understanding. Now they want them to come into this revival, and it's like a rock concert. This they pull them in that way that it's going on, party going on, dance, nightclub in the church. That's how they fool them. And it's gonna be that way because in that way the God and heaven can see the group of people that is there. That's a cleaning that needs to be done there. So they show themselves in that way that they have to be in the same nightclub in the church. And it's easy to put an X on them to say, this is going away, this is going away, this is going away. So, and much other going on to take away that you are open with an open mind on what's going on. They catch them with this rock music, and in other places they have flags to wave, and it's a big party, and that is about the same as drugs, that they infiltrate your brain and toxins your brain. So, but it's what I say about my daughter. People have their own decision. They have their own responsible what they are doing, and I feel only sorry for them, but I don't judge or something like that. Those people, they have been fooled, but that doesn't mean that they are evil, but their brain have been closed, so they can't see the reality in it. So you see what they have say from heaven, that the peak will come this year, and I see it. I see it in many ways, about in the political system and in the nature and in the economy, those things, and then is it also religion and tradition. And now is someone here that remind me, it's a spirit that remind me, tell you that it's going on in Israel now. That's why God wanted me to, or heaven wanted me to come to Jerusalem in December, because this year will be bad. And they are starting really fight on the West Bank, and in that with the people there I visit 2016, I was to the West Bank, and now they are killing people in Nablus in Israel on the West Bank, and the Israel military have going in and kill some people today, and they are not going to let it be. It's gonna be more fight. So I've been not happy about it, but it confirms what heaven have told me and what heaven have make me do, that I ended my belief in that I wanted to live in Israel. And God told me when I come back from Israel 2016, I asked him, do I need to live in Israel, in Jerusalem, to be on the Olive Mount and wait for you to come. I asked God, and God answered me, yeah, I will find you wherever you are. So you don't need to move to Israel. God will come to you wherever you are, because He have control over what you are doing, how you live, and where you are living. So you don't need that. And Israel is not God's country. God have a nation, and the nation is people, wherever they are, that live for to be close to God and obey what heaven and God is telling them. That is God's people. That is the nation, and not Israel. And it's going to be war. And they say that in Jerusalem, when I was there in December now, 2022, that it's coming from Arabic countries. They're gonna want to destroy the Jewish tradition in Israel. I don't know. I can't control anything. I can't even control 1 minute from now. So this is only what I have heard from people that I have talked to, and what I hear from heaven. That's what it is. And so I maybe had more to say, but it's okay for this time. So store up what you can in everything. You that did store up when the spirits told us to store up. We are winner. I have much more food to eat that was store up for 2 years ago, when they say we should do that. And I have canned goods that last till 2026. And I have much food stored up, so I don't need to buy this very expensive food that is today. And I needed to change my way to eat also, and stop eating those food that is very expensive. In the weekend I eat like I did before. That's 3 days in the Sabbath and the whole weekend. That's okay to eat more expensive food. And then in Monday to Friday lunchtime, there I eat more cheaper food, and not so much food with sugar in. I am going to start to eat, to drink only, not vodka, drinking whatever. It doesn't matter. I did that 40 days once before, and I lost 20 pounds, and I feel okay. But then when I start to eat again, it start to gain weight again. But going up very, very slow. So that's a way that you can do it. When you are young, you can drink only food that you meal it. You take it down so it's almost smooth soup, but it's different to eat. And I also took ice cream sometimes, but not some ice cream that have chunk in it, because you should not show it, only drink it. So it was okay, I could drink many things. And I have stored up before the price going up. I have stored up very much cans that is with soap to eat. And I have bouillons in cubes that I have stored. And that works very well to have in the freezer. Have it like an ice and then drink it up. Place water and we heat it up and then drink the whole thing. And then I also bought me vitamins and minerals to take, and that was okay to take when only drinking, because it's need to have this vitamin and minerals, so you have a balance in your body of everything. So thank you for listening. For see when they want me to talk. It's someone is touching me. So it's a man here. It's coming a man. And he looked like Jesus. He looked like Jesus. I think I called for him when I was talking about Jesus. And he held out a hand now. I see him fully, like he's in pictures. He maybe not look like that in real, but that's how he tell me that is he. I don't believe in those picture people have painted. He can look very different, but he's showing me the picture how they have painted him in the West countries. So he hold out a hand, and he say that it's for you that listen. And he say to not let it fly away, he's saying. And I ask him, what fly away? I think he went into my body. You see if what he's saying. Yeah, he say that some of you that listen at the podcast, that listen at me, he say that they wave away. That's what the flying away was. That they ignore what you are saying, but the time it's telling what you have say have come true. uh, you are our messenger on earth, and we tell you what to tell people, but so many ignore you and wave it away. That's what Jesus is saying. He is inside my body now and talking to you. You heard when he went in to my body, and he had my tongue. He had my mouth and talk to you, because he talking telepathy. So he used my mouth and tongue to talk to you. That's why you can't hear his voice, because he have no voice, not earthly voice. He talking telepathy to me from heaven, and he say that it's not heaven that do something to you that make you be sick and die and be killed in many different ways. It's not heavens that do it, it's you that do it to yourself with your ignorance, that you wave away what she is talking about, and you wave it away only a reason because it's a woman that I'm talking. That's what Jesus is saying. And Jesus is in my lineage on my mother's side. I belong to Jesus and Mary's family. But I am on Joseph's side most. But Mary was also in the same house. So Jesus, if you have listened on those episodes that Jesus is coming through, you know that he can be very angry. But he is not angry to punish you, but because you are, that's what he say here, you are so good to punish yourself. That's what he is telling. And so he said that he is only angry that you make so bad decisions in your life. You listen too much on people that is around you, that whisper in your ear, and those whispering in your ear is the devil whispering in your ear. You have to put yourself a little away from people. You know who is those people that you have to stay away from. You know inside you, because we have given you that knowledge, but you ignore that knowledge you have got inside your mind already from the beginning, to know what is wrong and what is right. It's only that you, as soon as they whisper in your ear and tease you and sugarcoat the way they are talking to you, as soon as they do that, you forget everything and you do what they want you to do and not what heaven wants you to do. So it's your own fault. But he said, we are not angry of you. We are not angry at you from heaven, because we have seen who have whisper in your ears, and it's gonna come on them, things that make you to could clean up from them. That's what he's saying, and that's why he hold his hand. He have fooled you in that way, that he have hold his hand the whole time for to heal you from your no responsible mind. He heal you in this way, and he have done that in secret. And this secret healing, that's not bad, but some people don't want it. It's like they are frightened about healing. But it's not they that is frightened about the healing. It's what whisper in your ears already from birth. You have got it already from your birth. So this is what Jesus stepped down to tell you. I don't see him looking out in the garden, because the garden is almost like dead. It's too cold outside. So it's nothing to see for him. He don't want to see death, because that's what the garden is. He was standing in the center of my room here, and I look at me and hold out his hand before he started to send me words to tell you. Well, I thank you, Jesus, for to coming and talk with your commanding voice that you have. So thank you. We love you, Jesus. But I am not Jesus lover. I am heaven lover. Everyone that is in heaven I love. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Oh, I must he went out now. So thank you for listening. It's going longer recording than I was thinking it should be. But you can listen at it in parts, a chapter that is long. You don't need to sit and listen a whole chapter. You can cut it off and listen at it another day or later in the day. It's no force here. If you don't want to understand, it's okay. It's your decision, and you're responsible. So thank you for listening, and God bless you.